Royale, yeah, Fortnite, we about to get down.
Fortnite is a game I don't really particularly like, but yeah, this mode has some problems.
Right now, just wiped out Tomato Town.
Have you gone into creative and noticed the abundance of 1v1 maps and just boring box fights, zone wars, the same things you've seen like 10 times repeated for God knows how long? So anyway, yeah, the amount of 1v1 maps and zone wars I've seen, it's like everywhere you go in creative, you will see one. And it's abundant, it really is. So when you go in to play the map, it's basically the same as the last one you played. I cannot tell you how many neon in space 1v1 maps I've seen that are literally just the barrier that's made into like a sky, and there's like neon stairs. If I can, I'll pull up an example like right now. So yeah, you see that? Yeah, that's basically a lot of the 1v1 maps in Fortnite. And I swear, I cannot tell you how many times I've seen the same map created by my friends. I swear, when I gave Fortnite another chance this season, and last season too, I kind of liked it. I even got back into it. And I kind of look back on all my older videos as them being stupid and not really well researched. But, yeah, nah, creative still has the same problems. And this has been going on for seasons ever since it was introduced. And Zone Wars too. I cannot tell you how many Zone Wars maps my friends suggest when we go into creative. So, when I go into creative, that one friend that I play with is always like, oh, let's go play Zone Wars. And I'm like, nah, let's not. We played like Zone Wars 10 times already. And they're like, no, let's go play Zone Wars. And it just repeats 10 times over again. It gets annoying at some points, I'm not even going to lie to you. But, let's get into, what was I going to talk about? I forgot what I was going to talk about. 1v1 maps, I've covered that. Zone Wars, and basically, box fights. Box fights. There are so many box fights maps. I don't get why people like play so many. Just like pick one. It's not that hard. And that leads very great into the next subject, which is
Look at the map, go to the mark sheet. Take me to your Xbox to play Fortnite.
Okay, look, I understand liking some maps in particular, but why doesn't anyone want to play anything different? A lot of people that I play with, they don't play anything but Zone Wars, box fights, or 1v1s, and they never demand anything different. They're always like, oh yeah, let's go play X game mode that's already been played before. And I don't get it. I don't legitimately get it why people like these modes like a lot. Like, I understand 1v1s if you're like, oh, 1v1 me, bro. But like, still, to me it just seems kind of redundant to just play the same maps again and again. So, you may like it, I don't, but like, please just choose something different. I don't want to play the same maps over and over again. It's tiring. And the thing is, I know I'm saying this a lot, but none of the players demand anything different. They only demand 1v1s, box fights, or Zone Wars. It's very seldom when anyone I play with, even in Phil's, wants to play anything that isn't like the most generic 1v1 map or something like that. There's been one time this season that I can recall that people have played something different than those 3 game modes. So I'm not saying those game modes have to go necessarily, they just need to go on a cooldown for a bit, because I guarantee a lot of people wouldn't want to just play the same thing again. Imagine if Epic just pumped out the same LTM all season and nothing different. That's basically what creative in its current state is. I know some people make some original maps, but like, it's to the point where like, why are there so many? Please demand just something different from people that actually have skill to make maps. And if you don't have skills, well, that's going to lead to the next subject, which is I'm going to tell you something, and I cannot stress this enough when I'm not lying, okay? You know the amount of same 1v1 maps I played that don't have any effort put into them and look like they were made in 5 minutes? Yeah, it's literally millions. I'm not even kidding. And it's the same as Zone Wars and box fights. A lot of them either suffer from them being like the same as others, or them being poorly made with garbage rules and stuff like that where they didn't even care about it, and them not even decorating the map with anything, so it just looks tacky and looks just ew. And by the way, if you're the person that thinks, oh, decorating a 1v1 map or a Zone Wars map or a fucking box fight map, that's bad. Why would you do that? That's unnecessary. The entire point of creative is to make something that looks good and to have fun doing it. And I doubt your map will get pushed into like the featured or something, which I'll get into that in a second. Don't you worry. That's gonna get pushed out at all because a lot of these people make the same wooden stair 1v1 maps and box fight maps, and most of them they botch it too. They botch the map too, where they do something that's utterly wrong and makes the game mode unplayable, or they just don't know how to make a map, which is understandable. It happens, but like, could you not publish it? This mode is far from perfect and it needs work. What I suggest is people make more creative maps and just strive to make something different that isn't the same 3 maps over and over again. Also, I may make a part 2 to this video, who knows, because I'm out of recording time, because, you know, Share Factory is just the greatest editor ever. So yeah, I'll see you probably in part 2, so bye for now.